Hello and welcome to Diva Debt TV. My name is John Duffy and I'm here to give you the winners and losers review of day 2 of WrestleMania 36. We had 3 matches today, and the kind of added inclusion of Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, which was a good addition to the show. So we'll jump straight in. First match that we got was the kickoff show between Liv Morgan, on the kickoff show rather, between Liv Morgan and Natalya. Liv Morgan looking to kind of prove herself against one of the most experienced veterans in WWE, that being Natalya. Natalya would use that experience and her strength to dominate Liv Morgan kind of throughout the match. Morgan would persevere, however, and sneak a victory with a nice little roll up, surprise roll up victory. And the match was okay. Not much really to go into other than this was Liv Morgan's first ever singles pay-per-view match, which resulted in a victory at WrestleMania, no less. So congrats to her on that. Hopefully that can lead to something a little more than she's been given since her return. So the show officially kicked off with one of the best matches, not only of the weekend but possibly of the year, as Rhea Ripley took on Charlotte Flair in the NXT Women's Championship. Things got real physical real quickly. Charlotte chopping and taunting Ripley as she was doing so. Ripley would counter with the Riptide for a 2 count very early on, which was surprising but nice to see. The physicality turned into brutality quite quickly as Charlotte began to target Rhea's knee, to destroy Rhea's knee really. Rhea would sell it amazingly, screaming in pain and frustration that heightened to the in-ring storytelling, I thought. This was easily Rhea's best match. This was easily one of Charlotte's best matches, and one of the best matches that she's had in months. It was great to see Ripley take it to Charlotte as she did, stand toe to toe and dish out the punishment, as much punishment as she received. Charlotte would continue with the knee damage, and the tactics would pay dividends, and she would tap out Ripley to the figure 8 to become the new and once again NXT Women's Champion. So obviously the match was one of the most physical and brutal women's matches in WWE history, as they literally beat the hell out of each other. It was extremely impressive from both Flair and Ripley, and I think they got a chance to show off their intensity and their kind of smash mouth style, and that welded perfectly in the ring. The result does raise a few questions. Obviously, what next for Rhea Ripley? Why build her up so much to only have her lose her, first big challenge and on such a grand stage? So we'll see where that goes. However, despite the loss, she is a bona fide superstar. She showed it tonight, both in and out of the ring. Hopefully we'll get some answers on Wednesday, when Charlotte returns to the brand in which she ultimately made her name. So it was a fantastic start to the second night of WrestleMania, and one of the best women's matches I've seen in a long time. Grade A grade A, Class A match. Congratulations, well done to all involved. Then later on in the night, we got Dolph Ziggler versus Otis. Sonya came down with Dolph Ziggler, and then low blowed Otis, dastardly low blowed Otis. Mandy would make her return to get a revenge on Sonya for causing Otis and Mandy's date to go south. Pardon me. On one hand, it was great to see the kiss at the end. Genuinely happy for that. On the other hand, I was a bit sad to see Fire and Desire end so so quickly, or not quickly, but without a serious run as a tag team, and possibly with the titles. But alas, that is not to be so, or is it? We do not know. But it was good fun, very enjoyable, and the perfect ending to this chapter of one of the most enthralling storylines in years. We're obviously going to see a few mixed tag matches on the horizon, I think, so got those to look forward to. Later on in the match, we got to see a surprise appearance by Bianca Belair, who attacked Zelina Vega after the Raw Tag Team Championship match. So that I'm assuming that Bianca Belair is now on Raw, and that offers up a nice opponent, next opponent for Becky Lynch, and the next kind of pretender to her throne. So we'll see where that goes. So an excellent little bit of an extra addition to the Mania card there. And then onto the 5-way elimination match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Tamina looked good. She overpowered. Obviously, early on, she was the target. They all beat her up. She overpowered and dominated for quite a long time. There was a nice little kind of reforming of Team Bad that didn't work out too well. Sasha Banks got a super kick straight to the face. A nice little kind of team up between all four of the opponents as they all did aerial attacks on Tamina to ultimately eliminate her first. Then we got Sasha Banks inevitably and obviously teaming up to take out Evans, and then they took out Naomi. She was eliminated second. Banks and Bayley would continue to team up against Lacey Evans, calling her mommy, saying this one's for summer. But she'd move out the way, and Bayley would inadvertently smash Banks in the face with her knee and take her out. Obviously, Banks would have an issue with this, but during the argument, she would be smashed in the face with a women's right and eliminated from the match by Lacey Evans. And then there were two. Bayley and Lacey Evans would have a physical kind of back and forth until Banks would recover outside of the ring, interfere, and allow her friend Bayley to retain. Then there was a little moment at the end where they'd stare at each other. Banks, title in hand. What's she going to do? She is going to place it around the champion's waist and stand back and allow Bayley to bask in the limelight. So the result obviously means that they're continuing with the kind of will they, won't they storyline of Sasha Banks and Bailey. You know, the one that they've been teasing for about 5 fucking years. But you know, hopefully when things maybe return to normal, we might get it at SummerSlam. But like I said, we've been saying that for a good couple of years now, so we'll see what they do with that. The match was okay. It was good. It was good. Bit messy at times, bit chaotic at times. It was very rushed, I thought. Obviously, with the result going away, it all ultimately resulted in a bit pointless. But then I think that's been the story of SmackDown since it went to Fox. But that is another story. So with that being said, I'm going to do a quick winners and losers recap. So obviously the first winner is going to go to Rhea Ripley. She looked like a superstar. She performed really well. She acted really well. Even though she lost, she still looked like a superstar, and really strong, good, strong smash mouth arse kicker. So we'll see what happens with her next. But whatever it is, I'm sure it's paved with gold. Another winner, I'm gonna give another winner to Charlotte. Great performance from Charlotte. I know it's kind of like the shoehorn Charlotte, the kind of, you know, she's the kind of golden goose, but she is, and that's the reason why, because she can put on performances like that. So I'm going to give her a winner, a winner's tick there. Another winner I'm going to put down is Mandy Rose. It's great to see her. She looked like $1 million, always does. The kiss with Otis was really nice. As you can see, it makes me smile. Loser, I'm going to give to Sonya, the dastardly Sonya Deville. She looked great, but just she's getting the loser tick because of her dastardly actions towards Mandy Rose and Otis. A winner, another winner tick to Bianca Belair. Nice little surprise, nice little addition. So we'll see where that goes. She's got bags of potential, bags of energy, bags of ability, bags of talent. So great addition to the Raw program. And really looking forward to a program with her and Becky Lynch. Please do it now. Then I'm gonna go with a winner for Bailey. She looked good in the match. Sorry, she kind of turned up her heel persona really well. So really enjoying that. She looked great, and she retained and still remains the longest running SmackDown Women's Championship. So congrats to her. Losers will be Naomi, Tamina, and Lacey Evans, and Sasha Banks. All to the point. All to the point. All because of they ultimately lost. So that's the winners and losers. That's the kind of recap and review of WrestleMania. So my final thoughts are that despite the circumstances and the craziness of everything that's going on in the world, the WWE and all of the performers put on 2 nights of fantastic performances, risking health, obviously risking their bodies every time they go in the ring, risking their health because of this goddamn disease that's going around. Some matches obviously better than others. Match of the year contender is definitely Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley. A lot of things that played out. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Sasha Banks and Bailey. as always, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Charlotte in NXT now, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Becky, and who Becky's next challenger is going to be. Bianca Belair, please. So with that, a double thumbs up for WrestleMania. There was some ups, there was some downs, but I'm gonna, considering the circumstances, as I said before, a thumbs up. So I'm gonna love and leave you now, guys, and hopefully see you soon. Depending on what happens, Money in the Bank's still up in the air. Life as we know it is still up in the air. So hopefully I'll see you soon. But until then, take care, stay safe, stay home, and we can beat this thing. Okay, bye.